everybody, my name is Angie Morenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's the Ustawi segment where we discuss all things purpose, leadership, governance, justice, and we inspire you. And today I have a very inspirational gentleman on set with me today. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then we're going to get to it. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. My name is Mwaniki Mageria. What do you want me to tell about myself?
You say whatever you want to say. You're many things. Say all of them. Say the ones that will fit, Mwaniki.
All right. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I've got grown-up children. I'm in the entertainment industry. We produce content. I have a long journey. I started in motor vehicles. I've done a lot. I've been a salesperson, a marketer. I've been a TV personality, so it's quite exciting. And I love food. I really love food.
You love food, eh? Even me. But for me, the most exciting thing for me is I cannot believe it. Althea was 9 years old.
She was.
When you did the first Sunflower Kids album. I don't know if it was the first.
It was the first.
It was the first.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And it was such an amazing journey. And there's actually a whole video and you produced it and an album and it was so exciting. Yeah. And I always remember that. I remember the details. I remember the places that we went, the venues. And it was a very exciting time. And it seems like it was a lifetime ago. But I was
lifetime ago.
It was. It really was. But I'm so excited to hear, and I'd also like you to talk us through that for consistency, because one of the things about this program, it's about leadership.
Okay.
But leadership is about being consistent. And you've been consistent. I can't believe it. My daughter is now married. And there was a video, and you're still doing Sunflower Kids
Kids Club, yes.
That is amazing, Mwaniki.
So, the Sunflower Kids Club was born of passion, out of passion.
Okay.
We had just lost one of my daughter's friends, Misuka Mandi. And she died of a cancer of the brain. It was very interesting. She was 6 months, and she was gone. And she was only 7 years.
Oh, I didn't know
7, 8 years old. She was very young. So immediately after that, I was flying to Kisumu. I'll never forget. I thought, Misuka liked sunflowers. We need to do something in her honor. Let this life continue as it were.
That's so amazing.
And so we said, start the Sunflower Kids Club. Because as you know, I'm an entertainer. I like entertaining. So I thought, and my kids were that age. So I thought, if we can equip these children to perform, it helps them not only with discipline and honing skill, but also helps them with character, molding character, learning to work with people. It helps them to be all-rounded, the social life. It also helps them to use the talents that God has given them.
That is true.
And discover what talents they have. So it is a performing arts club.
Okay.
So we had, and we're still going on, but even they've added more things. We had acrobatics.
Really?
We had vocal training. We had instrument training. We have performance, stage presence, acting. So we did a play called The Sunflower, called Mwanga actually. The Sunflower.
Mwanga, I remember Mwanga.
Yes, it was Mwanga was the name of the album, the music album.
Mwanga was the name of the album.
It was called The Sunflower Who Couldn't Shine or something like that. I'm going to forget. It's a long time. It's 19 years ago.
But I remember Mwanga. You see, it triggered me. I remember Mwanga. And it did well because it gave them confidence. Yeah. It showed them discipline. They had to stick to it. Yeah. They had to come every Saturday.
Practice.
They learn how to work with other people.
And then performing in front of congregations, going around the different churches.
It was powerful.
It gave them a lot of confidence.
And then even seeing themselves on video, because now there was this album cover, everything. So I just love it. I'll never forget the Sunflower Project.
We've got some really good people out of there. Althea's friends, Natasha has become a singer.
Natasha has become a singer.
So has Wanja Wahoro, who's now married to Lupita's brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's married to Lupita's brother.
So it actually put them out on this journey of performance.
She's a singer. Wanja is a singer. That's her career. She even went and did music out in the States. So you can imagine we got some really great people
out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about, I think, that almost the last time that I saw you. It was a long time ago. So I see you here and there in media, doing stuff with media, content creation. So maybe just talk us through. This is the place where we try to inspire people by our own lives. So what has happened since then? And you said there's a lot that has happened.
Too much.
So maybe you can consolidate it. And yes, 20 years is a long time.
Yeah. So At that point in time, I was in the corporate world.
Okay.
I was working for a motor vehicle company. I was selling cars and marketing them as well. Actually, I was the first VW sales manager in Kenya.
Oh.
Sales and marketing manager.
Wow.
So that is when the new generation of VWs came out.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, the old VWs were square.
Oh,
and what have you.
the
The Passat, the Beetles, the Passat was square. Those are very square cars. Then in the year 1994, they now came up with the new brand of Passat.
Okay.
And that we actually helped to develop that because the factory engineers came to Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria, and Egypt to look at what the needs for Africa would be.
Wow.
And of course, what they discovered is that the cars that are needed in Africa are more sturdy. They have to have a higher height, bigger radiators, dust proofing, stronger shock absorbers. So we were able to and they developed the first Passat, the more rounder Passat. And when that happened, because of the work I was involved in, the company I was working for, CMC, said, "Oh, you can be the first manager for VW." So I was taking care of VW, the whole of Kenya, which was a lot of fun. Anyway, so at that age, you're getting a family, you're starting to think, "Hey, I need more money." So I moved to another station, which was Marshall's.
I remember Marshalls.
Yeah,
wow.
Marshalls. That's a long time back.
Now you've taken me way back.
Marshall used to sell Peugeot. Remember Marshall's Peugeot?
It's a Peugeot. Yes, I remember.
But they also had
a glimpse has come in my mind. Like, wow.
Those ones, the square ones, the Wepesi, yeah?
That's for, I can't even believe it. I'm in shock. Peugeot, Marshalls.
Yeah, that's a long time back.
It is
and they used to be made in Nigeria.
Really?
Nigeria,
I didn't know.
They're being assembled and built in Nigeria.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It was really crazy. Anyway, so they had a branch called, a division called Honda, Marshall's Honda. So I was in charge of Marshall's Honda in sales and marketing. And imagine I was there for 4 months, exactly 4 months. And then the owner got into trouble with the government. So he had to close shop and leave. So we were all retrenched. 4 months. They tripled my salary.
You were going for money, Kwanzaa, because you're starting a family.
I was going for money.
What do you mean now in 4 months? It's the vision, it's
gone. Gone. I had no job. I was stomaching from driving a company car. Driving a company car, and the company cars are brand new, you're getting them from the showroom. I got into a matatu.
Oh, the car went.
Oh, of course the car went.
Oh my goodness, Mwaniki. Wow.
Oh, so interesting. So very briefly, I joined my dad and we started Balozi. That's when we started Balozi.
Okay, I remember Balozi Productions.
Yeah, Balozi
like
Productions,
that. I've seen
yes.
the name.
So the idea was we were ambassadors for Africa, telling the African story, building the image of Africa, because at that time, if you remember, everything that was on CNN and everything was negative about Africa.
Yes.
There was nothing positive that was coming out of the newsrooms. So we thought it's time to tell Africans that, your time has come.
Story, yes.
Your day has come. Arise and take your position.
Okay.
So that is what it was. That's what we called it, Balozi. We were ambassadors for Africa. So I did that with. We started that together with my dad, Dr. James Mageria. For how long was that? The late now.
Yeah.
We did that for, I think it was 9 months. And then out of the blue, I got a call from Amazon Motors. And told me, "Hey, you've been doing cars all over. Come and help us out." So it was good because money was also a bit tight at that time.
I can imagine. Starting a new vision.
Yeah, starting a new vision is difficult. But at least we had started it, you see. And we even did the Kenya-wide, Africa-wide, no, Kenya-wide auditions looking for talent that could be the voice of Kenya to the world.
Really?
Yes, and that's when I met people like Macadam. Macadam, that time he was called Mr. Lololova. He was there. People like Churchill. Churchill was auditioned for that.
My goodness, now they're greater than life. And he didn't make it. Oh my goodness.
But he keeps reminding me.
He does.
But
he reminds you.
He looked like a scrawny little guy, dusty from the knees of Mukabani.
From the village. Oh my goodness.
But he was funny. He was funny. But we didn't need a comedian. Unfortunately, we did do comedians. Then we got dancers. We had people from all over Kenya who came and tried out.
So exciting.
And then we had a group called Balozi Africa. That's where it's all.
Really? Yeah. So there is a group called Balozi Africa.
There was a group called
There
Balozi
was.
Africa.
Now who are the voice of
Kenya
or Africa to the world.
Exactly.
Excellent. I love the concept.
And we did an album. And then we were supposed to do a tour of the album. And then 9/11 happened.
Oh
Actually,
my
you had
goodness.
two of the...
You know, 9/11, really so many things messed up. You know,
it
when I
messed us
saw,
up
I remember
completely.
seeing it, and of course horrified, but I never thought about it, all the things that came after 9/11.
Yeah, it affected
All
a lot
the
of people's
problems
lives.
affected a lot of people.
It's like COVID. Just a reset button.
I'm telling you, everything. Visas became nightmares.
you couldn't get...
What? The drama was excess.
We had a tour arranged, all set.
It was done. No way.
Done, forget it. So the kids went, you know, they tried to continue with Balozi Kidogo. I say they because now see I was working now. So they were the ones pretty much managing everything. But they didn't go for too long. Okay. But we did do the concert in 1990. When was 9/11 was in 2001. So it was not bad. We did well, and I think in retrospect, I think we did the best we could, and we've got a good album out there. At least we did an album. So that for me was my third album, by the way. I'd done an album with
Sunflower.
No, Sunflower has not yet come. I'd done an album with Five Alive.
Oh, I remember Five Alive. You come take me down memory lane.
Five
Alive. I remember Five Alive. Wow.
Victor Say.
I need to find those people.
Who was there? Chris Kamau, and my brother David Mwangi, and then later on Nani came Joe Kirago joined when my brother left and went to the States to study. Anyway, so that's some of the things that were exciting for me. Now, my footprint for me, what I really liked when I was growing up was entertainment. And I could tell that I had the personality for entertainment. People like me and believe me.
That's true. They do.
They do.
They do, Mwaniki.
So that's a gift. It's not my doing, it's a gift. So I thought I should continue with that. But I realized very quickly as my mentor, my icon, Michael Jackson, I couldn't dance half as good as he could. And I couldn't sing half as good as he could either. So I decided I will make sure that I help other people who have those gifts and talents and lift them up. Which is why I got involved with Five Alive. Yeah, and as their first quote-unquote chaperone or manager. Yeah, this is before I handed over to Bruce, who took over now as their proper manager. And then later on, Amina. Do you remember Amina Nurdin?
No.
Yeah.
I remember somebody called Amina.
Yeah, Amina. She had a company called, I can't remember what they were called, but they used to do Vunja Mifupa. I remember
Vunja Mifupa. You said you came to take me for, this is memory lane. This is going down.
None of these guys understand what
These guys don't even know what we're talking about. You don't worry. There are people who, on that side, who understand Vunja Mifupa and will be fine.
Okay, so I've always had a hand in entertainment. So when Goge, Mr. Ngoge, Pius Ngoge of Amazon Motors decided he had had enough of me. This was the second time I got fired.
Okay, you've been fired. This is how it was. So even if he decided it's enough, it's enough.
But I was there for, at least I was there for a whole year. That was better.
Well, good, well done.
That was good.
I think, but maybe the entrepreneurship thing was calling you.
Exactly.
And you were really insisting on going back here to go and make the money, which is okay. God also understands that. Go make the money, save it, then let's go do what I really want you to do.
Exactly. In fact, that's exactly it.
What it
God,
was.
what I mean to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I think I'm a bit brave. My mom calls me, what did she call me once? Happy-go-lucky. I just do.
Yeah. Let's see how it
comes out.
And it's good. Sometimes to have that kind of energy is good. Otherwise, if you're just planning, then it doesn't go the way it is, then there'll be problems. So I love that. Let's see what happens.
That second firing taught me that there's nothing like job security.
Okay.
And
good lesson.
I made up my mind that day, I will never be employed again.
Wow, Mwaniki.
I said, never. I will employ myself.
Amen. I like it.
And that's what I did. So I went back to Balozi, and I did never forget. As soon as I went back to Balozi, immediately I landed there. World Vision called me and told me, we're having a function. Can you help us out? Immediately. It was like God said, yeah, answer.
Yeah, confirm, answer. Amen. I like that.
So we started doing events. Because I realized when we're doing the performances with Balozi African singing group, we realized logistics were a problem in event management.
Okay.
So I saw a need. So, I should do the event management.
I should do the event management.
Because I know how to, that's what I was doing when I was doing sales, charts and, planning, and that's what I was doing.
Makes sense.
So and then I knew all the sponsors because they used to buy cars.
Yes.
So I just called the marketing manager and said, hey, but I've got an event here. Can you sponsor it?
Amazing!
Do you
Look at how it works out. Wow.
Do you remember something called Pambazuka Africa?
I think so.
The play
All
with
these things you're
Mavuno.
reminding me. Look at this people with their faces. Leave them. It's not your age. It's not your age or time.
This,
I
do you
remember
remember
something like
Pambazuka
that.
Africa?
I remember something
It
like
ran
that.
at Kenya National
Yeah.
Theatre. It ran the 2 weeks that we had planned for it. It was so full, we engaged another week.
Wow.
So full, we added another week. It ended up running 5 weeks at the National
Here
Theatre.
in our Kenya.
Full
house.
Full. Pambazuka Africa.
Amazing.
It had been written by Hulda or Mkawasi Mcharo, together with a guy called, oh my God, I've forgotten his name. Okay, they wrote it together, and a lady called, and you know her, Karomandi. So the three of them sat down and wrote this play about Arise Africa, your time has come. So it was absolutely, and the music was done by Gabriel Omondi. You remember that?
I remember Arise Africa. Let me not get too excited.
Yeah, so that's
5 weeks.
5 weeks, and yeah, we were flowing. I mean, guys, the actors were happy. Everybody was being paid on time. And you know, there's always been a problem with theater because you don't make money. Everybody now, you know, it just goes. But it was an up.
This one was an up.
It was in the newspapers. Everyone was talking about it. It was like, who are these kids? You know? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway.
That sounds really amazing.
You can see my line. I've always been about Africa and everything.
And Africa Rising.
Yeah, and Africa Rising. That for me, that has been my lifelong dream, and that's to this day I'm still doing this kind of stuff. Yeah. So where was I?
We're at Pambazuka Africa.
Pambazuka. So after that, okay, then I started out Balozi properly and started doing event management, and that really grew. We did huge events, and with that now is when now we're able to start Sunflower. Sunflower started in the middle of Balozi, when Balozi was not picking up. Because we started Balozi in 2002, and then we started Sunflower Kids in 2004.
That's amazing.
That's when Sunflower
started. And that's good, because what I like about your story is that you're always trying to empower others. Just trying to empower. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Just to empower others, give others opportunity. I guess it comes back to your Michael Jackson story. I can't be Michael Jackson, can't dance, can't sing. Who else can? Let's go. let's make them rise and make them a star, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did, when I was now working with Balozi, I'd always wanted to do film. And we'd always wanted to do film. But it was never the right time. The market was not ready. We tried to do a film, did 3 films, and they just really fell on our faces.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't.
The audience didn't come and pick it up? Because this is Riverwood. Because there's a time I told you, I heard something with Riverwood. I'm like, hey, now Mwaniki, he's in the middle of Riverwood. What's happening?
So at around the time of now we are into 2010. 2010, actually, it was, in fact, 2009 is when I did the, 2008 is when I did the movies. Because we had a lot of money then. We were rich. We were doing something. That's when I bought my cars, you know, put down payments on different things. You know, it was really, really nice. So, 2008, don't forget, 2008 was immediately after the clashes. Remember?
Yes.
The elections.
Yes.
Business went down.
Oh my goodness, Mwaniki.
So 2009 was a very difficult year.
Very hard.
In fact, I closed shop. I went to everything came to my house. My wife's dining table became our
your office.
I'll never forget, my PA closed up shop and brought everything. And when she brought everything to the house, she broke down and cried. Like, it's okay, it'll be fine. But now she's doing so well. She's got her own business in Meru. She's doing very well. Oh, she's doing exceedingly well. What is her name again? Linda. Linda did very, very well.
Okay.
So anyway.
Now business has come down, 2009.
All of a sudden, we started seeing, and you don't even remember, 2010, we started seeing Niger movies.
Oh, I remember. But Niger movies were dangerous. All I know is they were dangerous. You start watching one. Do you know I stopped watching them? Because, and you're even saying, these people, you're still there. As you're saying, these people, you're still watching. Okay, so Nigerian movies came out.
Niger had started in 1999, 2000. That's when they were really booming.
Okay.
But it took them about 10 years proper to start permeating outside Nigeria and within Africa.
Africa, within the continent.
And so we started getting their programs. And what amazing thing was, I thought, if you have Nigeria, why don't we have Kenya?
Why don't we have Kenya?
So I met a guy called Washira Waroro. You know Washira Waroro? I went to him and told him, boss, first of all, I went to him and told him, let's have our local Oscars. He told me, but there's no one doing anything. What do you think? So that was the first time I met him. 6 months later, I told him, we have to do something. He told me, you know what? Stop coming here bringing me movies. Because that was when I was taking my movies, the old ones that I had done. He told me, stop bringing me these movies from uptown that in your whatever. Go down to River Road and see what they're doing. So I went to River Road. And I discovered there were guys doing films. I met, you know what they do? These guys would go around different pubs and meeting places where people have their drinks and we go kusherekea, you know, clubs and hotels. It's in central Kenya, and they would do skits for them, and the places would pay them. So there's a guy called Kihenjo, a guy called Mashangi, and a lady called Wamaida. Was it Wamaida? Oh my God, I forget. Yeah, well, those people were actually going around and doing that. Wow. Then someone asked, "You don't have another one?" I said, "Oh, but the other one was better than this one. The one you did today." Then they realized, oh, so there's demand for this thing. So they get one guy like this. So you got cameras here, and the guys would film them doing those skits. And then the guy said, "Oh, wow, you want the other one? Here is the other one." Last. So they started selling, and all of a sudden they realized instead of just filming them on the stage, they would go to a house, and if it's a house of acting, it would go outside. If it's outside, they would film it with very bad cameras, very bad handycams. You know those ones? And the quality was terrible. But anyway, they were doing it, and they were making money. By the time now I met these guys, and there was another guy called Nduti One Stop. Nduti One Stop was selling these in River Road. It was like the hub for the whole of East Africa. Those DVDs were going, and I'm kid you not, they were going to Tanzania, they were going to Malawi, they were going to Zambia, they were going to Uganda, they were going to, that's how far those videos were going. What? When you're diaspora is very strong. Diaspora is very strong, because I remember there's another one I can't remember very well, but there was another one who became a comedian who now kwanza oversees diaspora, where Kenyans were. It just blew up. It probably Kenjo. Kenjo was very, maybe very big. Kenjo was a big, in fact, Kenjo was like the king. Then I using that information, I went around to the stations asking, you guys, let's start. With the only way we build the quality we are seeing here is also by awarding them or bringing it out. Bring it out. Okay. Bring it out. Yeah, okay. On the awards, we'll come to the awards. We'll bring it out. So they said, okay. So they can start playing it on their radio stations? On the TV stations. TV and radio? No, just TV. Just TV. Okay. I went to KTN. KTN told us, Sisi, mbele sana, nyinyi watu kinyuma. You're the Watus. And I can say that without fear of contradiction. I was told, no, sorry. I went to NTV. NTV said, not our crowd, but maybe if we get numbers, if they get better quality. I went round. And then there was this station, I don't remember if you remember, there's a station called Metro TV. You're taking us back to places that... Metro TV. But they're shaking their heads, they're saying. Metro so TV, I think you've come closer to their... to sasa. Metro TV had just been bought by Kiss TV. Oh, wow. You get? So they wanted content for that new station. So they took the content. I went and met a guy called Kwako, Patrick. Patrick told me, are you sure there's enough content? I told him, there's enough content, bro. He said, okay, I'll commission a survey, go around and bring me stuff that is out there. So he commissioned a survey. I sent my guys out, and all of them came back with DVDs from Kisii, from Ukambani, so they were not just Kikuyus doing this thing. It was being done by everybody. I love it. So they brought it back, and they said, okay, here we are. So he said, okay, I will give you 1 hour every day for a year. Amen. Thank you. 1 hour every day for 1 year. For 1 year. So I went to these guys. I told them, guys, there's an opportunity, so we need to call ourselves something. What do we call ourselves? They did not even take 1 minute. They said Riverwood. Immediately. I love it. I love it. I love it. They said Riverwood. Riverwood. We are River. We are because we're from River Road. I love it. Riverwood. I love it. The center I love it. I love it. I love it. That was so exciting. So I went back to him. I told him, we've got a deal. I've signed up all these guys. Let's go. we started. And we started in the first, in 2012.
Wow.
We started on Kiss TV. Every single day, 1 hour. And that's where these guys grew. That's where Riverwood grew. Now that was happening, this other side, Kenya Film Commission, because now, Wachira Waroro, when I went to him the second time, he was at the Kenya Film Commission. He was the commissioner or the CEO. So I told him, I'm talking too much now. I told him, okay, so can we do this thing? Then he left and went to Royal.
I thought you were Royal Media.
So the person who came now after that was a guy called, what is his name? Eric. No.
Whoever.
I remember. I know. I'll remember his name because we became good friends. So he was not the new CEO, and he wanted to make a difference.
Wow.
So the presentation that I made to Wachira, he looked at it and said,
"Let's go.
Let's go."
Wow.
So what do you call this thing? So what we call the Kenyan Oscars. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to do the Kenyan Oscars. So I sat down with my team. We did research, and we came back and we said, you know what? An elephant is very African. The African elephant. That's bigness. And what does it have? It has tusks. The emerging tusks in Tanzania, the emerging tusks, like the milk teeth, the ones that come out first, they're called the Kalasha.
Oh, so that's
where the Kalasha comes from.
Oh, God, Mwaniki.
So we call it the Kalasha Awards. So the entire DNA, the way it's structured, everything, that was done by my team.
That's amazing.
Myself. Well, so we were able to do Kalasha. We presented to them. They did it, the first one, under a lot of pain. Oh, it was a lot of pain. It was tough. It was very tough. But
you still did
the first one. And once you did the first one, from there on now, KFC took it over. And because they did not pay me,
they did not pay
me. So I went to the minister and said, now look, I'm working this thing and building the country. So they said, okay, because you've got something to offer, we put you on the board of the Kenya Film Commission. So I served on the board of Kenya Film Commission and made sure that now continued. And to this day, I think they're celebrating their 11th Kalasha. Yeah, so it's been going on. It's been going on.
Wow, this is all the birthing of you. I know that she's telling me we're out of time, so you need to bring this to a close and then tell me your party shot and what you're saying. Actually, you've just started. You have taken us way back with Tulianza's due 2001. You have come all this way now. We're 2023, but I'm very proud of you. Well done.
So one of the
well
things,
done, even like for Kalasha and all those things. Thank you.
Yeah. So and the thing is this, I feel like I've not finished. There's so much more to do.
There's so much more to do.
There's
a lot more to do.
So one of the things you asked about purpose and whatever, I purpose very early in life to be an encourager to others.
That's amazing.
So I need to be an encouragement. So that's one of the things. And it's like anybody, what is his name? Barnabas. He was an encourager. And when I read that, I said, oh, that's the same personality God gave me. I'm an encourager. So I like to do that and help others. And I've realized the more you help others, the more
you also help yourself.
You grow.
You also grow and develop. And what are you doing right now?
Oh, we're telling this Kenyan story again. So now what happened? I closed Balozi because things became hard in 2015. But
you've been through a lot of hard things and you keep bouncing back, so that's good.
But one thing I realized about my purpose in my life is that I'm not made for building. I'm made for starting things. But the person to continue doing.
Then somebody comes and picks it up and runs with it.
So I realized unless I give Balozi to someone else, or
it won't grow also because you can limit it now. It won't go to the levels that it's supposed to go. Amazing.
I met a guy called Eugene Bogua, and he was an answer to prayer. My wife and I said, we need someone who can be able to help use my social capital. I met Eugene. So I closed Balozi, put stuff into DNR. Then it was Young Rich TV. So we're now called Documentary and Reality Studios. And so he runs the company. And I just open doors, whatever doors he needs open.
And you have a lot of social capital.
Now we're doing a lot of... So we've just... we're now on the 4th episode, I think, of the Real Housewives of Nairobi, which is our greatest crowning glory at the moment. And
is that where I know, no, Real Housewives of Nairobi. This one, the Showmax one, the new one.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait.
So that's what
I can see now you have the glitz and the glam, which is good that somebody had to do that.
Again, still telling the positive stories. Positive Kenyan story, an African story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that you'll never find me anywhere else.
You've really encouraged me. My takeout, first of all, is that things get bad, but they then get better. I love the fact that you've got understood that you're a visionary. So you envision, you start, and then somebody else picks it up and goes through it. I love that you know that you're an entertainer and an encourager. I really, really am. And for me, consistency also in terms of leadership, that the Sunflower Kids is still going on is amazing. Yeah. And my daughter was there as well. And people trust you.
Kolo continued it.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But I love the fact that even when you said that people trust you, I actually thought, yes. Me, because I wasn't giving my child to anyone just to go and do it. It's true. I just,
yes, I remember you were very, very careful.
Me, I'm like that. Me, protect, mother hen here, keep your, stay here. So it's actually true. It's because you were doing it. And then I'm also I think you have a lot of social capital, but your late dad has had a lot of social capital as well.
He opened a very nice door for us.
So he has a name, he has a legacy, he has a lot of that, and I can see that in you. So I'm really excited and very happy. I think we'll have to bring you back again because I don't think we have finished this long story, but I'm so grateful.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So grateful. I'm so grateful. And I know that your story is going to bless and encourage people.
Thank God.
There are so many points there. Like if you're down, get up.
Yep.
There's next. Decide what kind of person you are.
And God has a plan for you.
God has a plan.
All the time.
Amazing. Mwaniki, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been really good to connect
after. Yeah, big sis.
Big sis. I have to be your big sis. You and Francis, I have to be your big sister. That's exactly what I am. And I'm the firstborn.
You're the firstborn. But incidentally, I'm also the firstborn. But
you're also the firstborn.
So I learned a lot from you.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. It sounds like a long time ago.
Yeah, but you're the fact that you were strong and a leader and you led the way gave us confidence to be able to do the same for our younger brothers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Wow. I hope entertained. Hey, you better have been entertained. That one was entertainment. Tick is like this. We'll see you soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.